The big event of last weekend for me was the final round of the 2010 UEM European Enduro Championships, which took place at the Oliveira de Hospitals in Portugal. It's a mountainous area covered in pine forests, very similar to Wales, but it was very hot and very dry. There were 11 British riders competing, including Greg Evans, who was leading the E2 senior class. It was a 3-day race, and the club laid out a 50-kilometre lap north of the town, which the riders had to complete 3 times on day 1 and on day 2. On the 3rd day, the club had planned a motocross finale just outside the town. The first riders were flagged away at 9 AM on Friday morning when it was already 30 degrees centigrade. It would rise to over 40 degrees. Ashley Wood had a manana moment when he missed his minute, which is a pity because he's been riding really well this season. Greg Evans has been off his bike for 3 weeks after injuring a knee at the Dovey, so he took his time and finished 14th. Jamie Paget is recovering from a broken sternum, and he retired on the 2nd extreme test. Ollie Moyes was flying, and he finished 3rd in the junior E2 class. James Giddings and Julian Crimp both lost their clutches. Phil Smithson belted his front caliper, but he was lucky because he could borrow Jamie's. Day 2 was a repeat of day 1, except for a mini tornado that ripped through the pits and lifted the Midwest Hussenberg gazebo about 50 foot into the air. Greg Evans had a much better day, and he finished in the top 10. With the news that the championship leader had DNF'd, there was a chance that Greg could win the overall. On the 3rd day, the club planned a motocross finale, but the dust made that plan much too dangerous. After some heated discussion, presided over by jury chairman John Collins, it was decided that the tests would be timed. Greg Evans finished 2nd in his class and won the E2 Senior European Enduro Championship. After the event, Greg said that he was really pleased that he'd won the championship, but a little disappointed that he'd missed out on the overall.